Before the video starts, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We're trying to 150,000 subscribers by the 1st of May. Right now, we are just over 5,000 away, which is nuts. So if you guys like my team content, there's nowhere where you're going to get more than here. But anyway, now let's get on to the video. What is going on, guys? DBG here, and in this video, we are going to be ranking the best cards in NBA 2K20 MyTEAM. Honestly, I was looking at this, and I have most of the best cards here, and I realized there's like 30-something opals in the game right now. Like, it is actually crazy how many there is. And for that reason, I'm probably going to start ranking by card tiers probably from Monday onwards, because I'm going to go budget cards tomorrow, and then from Monday onwards probably we'll be ranking by card tiers, as well as doing some bracket tiers for each position. So, lads, considering a lot of you guys are fans of the tier list and a few people are fans of the bracket videos, it's gonna be quite a lot of them coming out in the next couple of weeks. Because let's be real, and the rate 2K are going at, everything seems to be about 2 months earlier than it was last year. So, because it's unlikely that the NBA season finishes, it's a chance the playoffs doesn't happen, there is a good possibility that come the end of May, we have no more cards. Like, we will be completely done in terms of cards. And from then on, we've got my vast squad builder list to work off. But, yeah, so it could be quite a while anyway. But, yeah, so now we are going to go over these cards. So we're going to start off with Brandon Roy. So Brandon Roy is pretty good. Like, he's really good. Again, last month I had Brandon Roy in S tier. There's just been so many great cards. Like, there's going to be really good cards in D tier. I'm pretty sure all of these cards are good. Like, that's the thing. But when you're ranking the best of the best, you gotta subject them to the same standards. And I'm going to put Brandon Roy in A tier, but he'd be kind of lower A tier. The reason for that is, again, he's got Tracy McGrady's release, a fantastic card. Got really good handles, can do everything, but he's a little bit small, 6'6". Next, we got Levine, who... Oh, do I put Levine in S or A tier? I'm going to put him in A, but a really good A tier player. So, Levine has got range extender. He can dunk really well. He does not have is unpluckable, which is kind of an important badge to have for a point guard. He's an elite defender, one of the best shooting point guards in the game. Probably either the best or second best token reward, but a really good card. Then we got Josh Smith, who I'm going to put in A tier as well. Don't worry, not all these cards are going to be in A tier. He just doesn't quite have the animations to be up in S tier, but he is really good. He is really good. Shoots the ball well, can handle, literally does everything well. He's a jack of all trades, master of all trades. That's why he's going into A tier. Pink Diamond Duncan, or Opal Duncan, I'm going to put him in B tier, and I'm going to explain why. He just... And I know you guys might be saying, oh, you don't need range extenders. Like, on this type of a list, to get above B tier, you do need range extender. Like, no card, like, all three of the cards, Roy, Levine, and Smith, are pretty much flawless. Duncan has got a bad release and no range extender. So for that reason, he's down in B tier. Except Duncan's one of the best defense cards in the game. Super quick. An Hall of Fame quick first step for center. Legitimately one of the best centers in this game. However, he has two flaws, not great release, and he's a little bit on the size 6'11", so he's going into B tier. So we've got James Worthy, who I'm going to put into B tier. I really, no, put Worthy A tier. Yeah, I really do like Worthy. Great in the post, great rebounding, great shooter, great defender. He's pretty much flawless, so he's going A tier, but isn't quite overpowered enough to get above that. He's not quite the overpowered level of Ben Simmons. So Opal Ben Simmons, a legit demigod. Hall of Fame range extender, 93-point shot. With most coaches, that goes like 97, somewhere between 97 and 99. Shoots the lights out. Is a 6'10" point guard. His release is pretty good as well. Will he be the best card for the rest of the year? Maybe. Like, that's an argument to be made, but a fantastic player. Kareem. I'm gonna put Kareem because. Do I put Kareem in A or in S? I'll put him in S tier. I'll put Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in S tier. Because Kareem has got quick first step gold. Yeah, it's not Hall of Fame. Freakishly fast with the ball. He's a 7'2" center. He's basically Tim Duncan, except for the fact that he's 3 inches taller and has a much better release. Even though Duncan's 3-point rating is better, I still think Kareem shoots way better. And also Kareem's got the skyhook, which with how overpowered the post hooks are this year and how quickly and smooth the skyhook is, the skyhook is very, very difficult to stop. AK-47 is essentially James Worthy with Dimer. Like, they're basically the same card. I actually prefer Kirilenko's release a little bit, so I'm going to put Kirilenko a little bit out of him, although Worthy does move a little bit better. So Worthy is still really, really good, but I'm going to put Kirilenko and Worthy in the same tier. Dwight Howard, I'm going to put him into B tier, but he might drop down to C tier. He honestly might drop down to C, depending on the rest of these cards. But Dwight Howard, a Hall of Fame quick first step. He's basically Tim Duncan with a worse jump shot. That's basically it. And Dwight Howard can actually hit the ball. He can actually shoot from the corners. So I think Duncan has got better badges. Honestly, Dwight's like a slightly worse Tim Duncan, but still a really good card. Duncan's probably, again, he's in B tier, but will be one of the higher players in B tier. Going into C tier is Steph Curry. Again, a good card. Like, to make this list, you have to be a good card, but I think he does have some flaws, that he's an undersized point guard. Also, the fact that while he can dunk, he's not a fantastic dunker. And if you look at point guards with Hall of Fame range extender and 99 3-pointers, if you include players with shoes, there's so many cards that can shoot like Steph Curry. Yeah, he's a really good card, Hall of Fame clamps and all, but he just isn't as good as any of these guys. And especially the fact that if you are running up against a Simmons, a LeBron, or a what's his name, a Giannis, you're gonna get destroyed. Michael Jordan is going into, I put in B tier. I really like Jordan. I think he's a really good card. Got gold range extender, can do almost everything. He's got a really nice moving jump shot release, a fantastic defender, one of the best defensive cards in the game. But again, he is just that tiny level lower than these guys that are ahead of him. That doesn't mean he's a bad card. He's a fantastic card. He's just not as good as these. And with Dr. J, we are going B tier. So Julius Erving is very similar to Jordan. I actually think I prefer Jordan a little bit. Dr. J is a more than usable card in my team. Like, he is viable. He's competitively viable. He's a good card. Just a little bit undersized, although he can play the 2. Not a card that I really, really do like. Then DRob. I don't know where to put DRob in C or D, because he's the most flawed card on the list so far. So DRob has got steady, which is a horrible badge to have. He has steady shooter. I think him and maybe Melo are the only players in the entire list that have steady shooter. He also has got no, I think is it bronze or silver clamps? Yeah, he's got alright lateral quickness, but if you're putting him up against the likes of Dwight or Tim Duncan, they can burn him easily. While he still is a pretty good card, hence the reason why he's on this list, and there are some opals that aren't. He's just, no, I just don't think he's anything majorly great so far or anymore. Then we have got Tracy McGrady. T-Mac is going up here into S tier. Yeah, T-Mac, one of the best releases in the game. He's like Brandon Roy, but 2 inches taller. Can handle, can shoot, Hall of Fame quick draw. Yeah, he's still legit one of the best guys in the game. Ray Allen is going, do I put him in C? I'll put him B tier. One of the best releases in the game. A little bit undersized. Yeah, like in certain aspects he's better than Jordan, but I think that I would rather take Jordan than Ray Allen. Ray Allen's good, but he just is that little bit undersized, a 6'5" for the 2 guard. I know you're saying, what about Levine? Levine can play at the point guard position. Then we've got Anthony Davis. I've literally used him once. He is a demi. Anthony Davis and Dwayne Wade. A or S tier for Wade. This is a close one. AD is basically like, he's straight up, he's a demi. So there's no point. I'm going to go with A tier. A little bit undersized. That's the only reason Dwayne Wade's going in A tier. Dwayne Wade can be deadly. He can be absolutely deadly in the right hands. But I just think that he does not match up. You can't really play him to 2, but he's undersized. And he does not match up well with Sims or Giannis to justify being an S tier. So now we have got Gerald Wallace. So we're on to kind of the lower tier players. We're done with the opals, I think. Gerald Wallace, in general, if you were looking at budget player, like in the budget tier list tomorrow, he's going to be probably almost at the top. Overall, I'm going to put him in C tier. I do think he is a C tier player. I think he can really, really shoot the lights out. He's fantastic going to the basket. In terms of playing small forward position, a little bit undersized, 6'7". That's his only semi-weakness. And he is, again, he's an almost flawless card. Klay Thompson, I don't know. D. No, C. Klay, he shoots and plays defense as well as anyone. Not much of a threat going to the basket. And then we get Drazen right here. Drazen is going C tier. Yeah, I'm going to put Drazen in C tier. Drazen is like, again, the difference between Drazen and Klay is personal preference. And also, I think Drazen and Ray Allen are kind of similar. Although I do think Ray Allen is that little bit better because he can attack the basket better. Drazen has got a similar level release to Ray Allen. Same height as Ray Allen. But Ray Allen can obviously go to the basket and dunk. Rudy is going into B tier. A definite, unbelievable card. For value-wise, he'd be very high, but just overall, definitely in B tier. So we haven't yet seen a D tier player. Like Magic, you can't, like, I don't think Magic belongs in ARS, but because he's such a mismatch at point guard, and also he allows you to match up a lot easier to Simmons or Giannis or LeBron, I'm going to have to put him in B tier. Like, yeah, I think that's where he belongs. B tier for Magic Johnson. A pretty good card. No range extender, which is a bit tough. And again, that's his only real flaw, and his release isn't the best, which is why he's not one of the higher tiers. Aaron Gordon, yeah, he's a good defender. Yeah, he does a lot of things relatively well. Is he B tier? Is he A tier? No. Is he B tier? I don't think his release is good enough. Is he D tier? I don't think so. So I'm going to put him into C tier. Not a bad card, not an incredible card. Russell Westbrook is going into B tier. He is essentially Steph Curry with a 50-inch vertical. So yeah, that card is legit. Then we got Bill Russell. At this stage in the game, Bill Russell does not belong any higher than C tier. I'm sorry, he doesn't. He's a 6'10 center, so he's a little bit undersized. And when you're looking at the other 6'10 centers, like, he can shoot the lights out. When you're looking at the other, like, undersized centers, you're looking at Duncan, who can shoot as well, Dwight, who can shoot as well. Both of these guys were Hall of Fame quick first step, and they're only one tier ahead. And then you're looking at Anthony Davis, who's got range extender, can handle, do everything. And yeah, for that reason, I'm going to put him down here into C tier. Then we have got Jonathan Isaac. This is a tough one. I'm going to put him B tier. I don't think he quite belongs in A. I don't think he's good enough to belong in A tier. But I do think he is a really good card. He's basically Pink Diamond Giannis. He's very similar to that card. Not the point guard Pink Diamond Giannis, the other Pink Diamond Giannis. So for that reason, he belongs somewhere in the middle, but I don't think he belongs any higher. RJ Barrett's a tough one because RJ Barrett's release is unbelievable. Like, it is ridiculous how good his release is. He is one of the better small forward or shooting guys in the game. He's 6'7", so he's got good height. And he's somewhere between B and A tier, without question. There is no doubt about that. He is somewhere between those two tiers. And for that reason, I don't really know where to put him because, one, there's just not a lot of cards up in A tier, so it doesn't fill up this thing as quickly to put him in A tier. But he's probably, like, he's on the level, like, he's on the Michael Jordan level. He's probably better than, like, he's probably better than Jordan. He's an inch taller. He's probably better than Dr. J. But I'm going to, for now, put him in B tier. I think he's really good, but I think that's where he belongs. Then we got Iguodala. Again, an almost flawless card. Shoots well. But the problem with Iguodala, and it's the reason why he is going into, I think I'm going to put him in D tier. I think of all these cards, Iguodala has the biggest flaw, that he is, in general, undersized. I don't mean, like cards like Iverson didn't even make this list because they're just, look, Iverson's too undersized to be competitively viable. I think Iguodala is along those lines, or he's very close to being too undersized to be competitively viable. The reason is that he's 6'6" and he cannot play at the 2 guard. 6'6" I think is too small for a small forward, especially when you're going to be looking at more and more people running the likes of Jonathan Isaac, small forward. You see a lot of Worthies and Kirilenko's, and in 6'6", it's very tough to guide someone that's that height. You're going to see a lot more 6'9", 6'10" small forwards. For that reason, I think Iguodala is just that little bit too small to be competitively viable. And again, like, in general, Andre Iguodala can be great. Like, most people can get away with using him, but in terms of the rest of these cards, I think he's probably the weakest in terms of use just because of the positions. And Kawhi Leonard is going into... I'm going to have to put Kawhi Leonard in the C tier for the exact same reasons. So, Kawhi is a little bit undersized to play small forward position. I do really like Kawhi. I really like this card. But again, he can play power forward and he's just too small for that. So height is the reason why Kawhi is down here low. In terms of like actual in-game, he's without question would be B tier, but because of his height, he's a little bit undersized for his position, and his secondary position isn't one that he can go down to. So Michael Beasley is a 6'9" small forward / power forward. I actually think Beasley's unreal. Like, I've only used him once. This might be biased. I'm putting Beasley up here in A tier. And Beasley's 6'9". He's athletic. He can handle. He can shoot. He can lock everybody down. He's like a jack of all trades type player on both ends of the floor, as well as an unbelievable release and unbelievable dunk. Michael Beasley is insane in this game. Then we got Bradley Beal, and this is a tough one because I think Bradley Beal is on the like Ray Allen level, but I think that Beal is probably slightly better because actually I know it's the exact same thing as Ray Allen, just a little bit undersized, hence why he's down here in B tier. Giannis, the easiest place to put anyone ever on this list is in S tier. Giannis and Simmons, T-Mac and AD, I'd say, are probably the argument for who the best card is in the game. Giannis is a ridiculous range extender, unreal release, an absolutely ridiculous card. Now we got Weber. Weber's another interesting placement here. So I don't think Weber's as good as Dwight. Straight up, I don't. Weber is like a slightly better offensive Dwight without the defense. So for that reason, I'm going to put Weber into C tier. Honestly, as crazy as this sounds, I don't think Weber is much better than Thon Maker. I'm going to say this now. He does not belong in D tier because he can be really effective and stuff. He's got Hall of Fame dimer, so as a point center, he's really effective. But I don't think he's anything spectacular. And we got LeBron James, who is going into A tier. So LeBron has got, again, a good release. He's like a downgraded version of a Ben Simmons or Giannis. If you can't afford Simmons or Giannis, the next best thing you can get is LeBron James. He's like a better Magic Johnson. And good enough release, range extender and all. So a good card. Do I think he was worth his initial price? Probably not. I think I paid like $2.5 million for him on PC, which is a bit crazy. I paid more for him than I paid for Simmons, but you live and you learn. So I'm going to put him in A tier. Definitely not S tier level, but A tier, I'm pretty happy with putting him there. Shaq has one major weakness that he has got. He can't shoot. And is Shaq usable in game? Yeah. For a budget player, some people love using Amethyst Shaq. Is Shaq as good as DRob or Bill Russell? No. And they're only one tier ahead of him. He can't shoot. If you can't shoot, you're not getting above D tier on his list. I think, like, again, the fact that Shaq I think is good enough to be, mentioned amongst the best centers, but he's just not straight up not good. He has too many weaknesses to be any higher than this. Can't really shoot free throws either. And next is this. Okay, next we are on to Carmelo Anthony. And Melo, I'm going to put Melo in D tier. I just think he's inconsistent. I think he is way, way too inconsistent. I think he's got steady. I don't really particularly like his animations. He's got good height. And if you're looking at stats-wise, you'd be thinking he should be in probably B tier. I think maybe C tier for Melo. I'm gonna put him in C tier. He's probably a B tier level player, but his inconsistencies bring him down to C tier. Again, a steady shooter is a horrible badge. Paul George is going into A tier. In terms of just catch and shoot, going to the basket, he's a jack of all trades. Like, he does everything. You can play him up to 4, you can play him up to 3. 6'9", so he's got fairly good height. I wish you could play him to 2 like his other diamond, but look, he's still got really good height for a small forward as well. And yeah, this is the list. If I forgot anyone, I'm sorry. I've definitely forgot some of your favorite players, but these were the best of the best in my opinion. There are a couple of cards, like for example, I know just because I always use them in comparison, Buddy Hield would be in B tier because I put Buddy Hield equal to Ray Allen and Bradley Beal. However, I just completely forgot him. I've definitely forgot other players. I forgot Lamar Odom on this list. Lamar Odom would probably be in B or C tier. I forgot Kukoc, who would probably be C tier. I forgot a bunch of them, but again, there's only so much space you can literally put in a tier list. And look, at some stage I will end up doing a top 100 players. And yeah, I know someone else did that last week, but I did it first last year. So I'm doing it again. But anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.